Today I fucked up by not signing a birthday card properly. I sent the card 2 weeks ago, but I learned about how terribly I fucked it up just yesterday. I have a co-worker who I'm in a constant prank war with. I like to refer to him as my work brother, similar to work husband, but in a sibling fashion. Anywho, we have been working from home since the start of the pandemic, which means pranks are few and far between now. However, his birthday was recent, and I found a website, Joker Greeting, that sells singing birthday cards. The cards do not stop singing upon closure, and must either run out of battery or be destroyed to stop. Upon destruction, there is glitter on the inside of the card. This was perfect. I purchased the card, and it arrived later than expected, so I had to send as a belated card. We live in the same town, but upon sleuthing I learned he has cameras outside, so it couldn't be hand-delivered. In a panic I signed the card with a single S, in my mind meaning work sister. Or moreover, SpongeBob, since the SpongeBob mocking meme is the favorite to send. I also didn't include a return address, for fear he would know it was me. I wanted to be completely anonymous. After 2 painful weeks of waiting to hear his reaction, I caved and asked him yesterday if hypothetically someone had sent him a card, how would one know he received it? WB, did it sing endlessly and have glitter? Me, no. Smiles in prank. WB, that was you? Question mark. We quickly hopped on a Zoom call so I could reveal and share in the laughter. Only to find out my prank had taken a turn for the worse. Unknown to me, my victim has an old ex whose name started with an S and usually signed cards with an S, leading him to believe she must have sent the card, which then sent his current girlfriend into a frenzy of suspicion. Why would the ex send the card? Have they been talking? What are her intentions? Why didn't she put a return address? Why won't this damn card stop singing? In a fit of anger she ripped the card in half and the glitter came out. Oops. I have since apologized and we are all laughing about it now. I am also kicking myself for picking apparently the worst of the 26 letters to pick for my anonymity. But wow, I could not have anticipated this mess. I think this was my most successful prank to date. Good luck topping this one. WB. Edit, their relationship is not ruined. They are still together and relieved to know it was one of my stupid shenanigans. Haha, all is well and the prank was, weirdly, more successful than I imagined. Edit 2, added link to website where I got the card. And also, thanks for the awards. I've never received awards before. Too long didn't read. I signed a birthday card to a friend with an initial other than my own as an anonymous prank, which ended up leading the receiver of the card to think it was from an ex, causing a stir with him and his current SO. Successful prank, no ruined relationships. Him, oh don't worry babe, that wasn't my ex, it's just my work sister with whom I have an ongoing prank war with unbeknownst to you! Exclamation mark. Haha, fortunately she knows about the prank war, and fully supports. They both made a comment that they should have known it was me lol. I keep imaging this poor woman, full of rage about who sent this card and that it just won't stop singing, so she rips it in a fit of anger and poof, glitter shower. I don't know if I would completely melt down or laugh hysterically. Right? I wish I could have been a fly on the wall to see it in action. Smiley face, smiley face. Till what I am going to prank my friends with. Ferb, I know what we're doing today. My boyfriend's birthday is next month and now I know the perfect card, thank you haha. Enjoy. Smiley face, smiley face. I once sent an anonymous, very passive-aggressive eggplant to my 2 best friends, who were at the time roommates, whilst I was drunk. I don't remember what I requested written on it, but it was along the lines of I know where you live and you will never escape me. I went to sleep on a hangover and promptly forgot about it. A month later I got a text from them in our trio group chat if I had sent an eggplant. I guess it caused some tension in their household. That is incredible. Lol, I will remember somewhere on the internet is a place I can randomly send eggplants. Smiley face. Today I fucked up by doing a Google search at work. This actually happened yesterday. Just for context, I work as a secretary at a local health center for COVID-19 with doctors and nurses where they test people and get them checked. So this FU starts about 3 days ago with me and my girlfriend laying on the couch and she jumping on top of me to give me a hug but ended up slamming me by accident in the nuts, giving me the strongest, most awful pain I have ever felt, to the point where I was on my knees on the floor. For the next day I felt weird and uncomfortable down there and got a bit stressed out thinking that something could be wrong with me. So yesterday I had nothing to do at work and I pulled out my phone and started googling about pain in the testicles. Worst fucking thing I could have done. I was reading all sorts of crap ranging from cancer to having to remove them and infertility and shit like that. I got really anxious and my heart was pounding as I thought I could have really be fucked. I got up and left to get some air outside, but as I walked through the halls I got dizzy and hearing muffled noises and seeing everything spinning. A full-blown fucking panic attack. Keep in mind this is a COVID-19 testing center. I finally got to the door that gives access to the parking lot and just blacked out. At this point some nurses had seen me stumbling through the halls and called the doctors. When they came up to me I was laying on my back on a puddle of rainwater, as it was raining, trying to get up, unsuccessfully, with a crowd of doctors and nurses and yelling some medical stuff at each other which I did not understand. A few minutes go by and I get my shit together, so I got up with my clothes soaking wet and went inside to grab my stuff and go home, but the doctors wouldn't let me. They put me in the doctor's office right next to the one I work in and started measuring all kinds of levels and asking questions. I asked one of the nurses to explain that it was a panic attack from googling about testicles, but she didn't let me speak. I kept insisting I was fine and finally explained what really happened, and she looked at me trying not to laugh but said that she was going to call the doctor again. Everyone had already left at this point except for this one nurse. The doctor walks in and asks me what's going on and I explained. Worth noting that these doctors and nurses are all co-workers of mine and I've only started working here about 3 weeks ago, so I was really embarrassed. She pulled out a pair of gloves and told me to take off my pants. I was mortified and didn't move, so she looked at me and said the following: "I've seen plenty of them. Pull your pants down and let me take a look." She started holding my balls and moving them around like they were joysticks on an Xbox controller, asking questions about them and if it hurts. In the end she laughed a bit and told me I was perfectly fine and I was just overthinking this whole situation of my GF slamming my nuts. As I got back in my office I was bombarded with questions: if I was okay, if I had COVID and needed to go to the hospital, all kinds of shit, offering to drive me home. I thanked and got in the car thinking, how the fuck am I gonna look these people in the face tomorrow? Too long didn't read. Girlfriend hit me in the nuts. I googled about the pain at work, had a panic attack, caused complete mayhem and got my balls checked by a co-worker. Edit: since a lot of you are asking, yes, I did tell my girlfriend that a co-worker held my balls and she was very cool about it given the situation. She also laughed quite a bit about this whole story. So how goes the job search op? Haven't been fired, still, ahaha. Did you tell your girlfriend that a co-worker moved your balls around her hand like a joystick? I did, and she actually was pretty cool about it given the situation. This is brilliant. But you don't need a new job. After a while everyone else will have completely forgotten about it all. That's the thing with medical folk, they just see the sciencey side of it all and to them it's just another body. And with everything else going on they're more likely to remember some patient being a jerk over having to be tested rather than you having a medical scare. They're probably grateful to have dealt with somebody that isn't infectious for once. That is true. The doctor didn't give a f about being with my balls on her hand. As far as I could tell it was just as if she was checking my pulse, completely normal for her. As she told the rest of the crew was just a low sugar crisis. They were really cool and played a bit with the situation. We all had a laugh about it today. That's funny as f. Glad you okay. Yo, as embarrassing as it might be, at least you work in a place where they were able to figure out you were okay and you didn't have to stress about your nuts for who knows how long. Take that shit in stride, Lamau. I was actually thinking of going to my doctor about it just to be sure, but I didn't even need to pay for it. Smiley face. Today I fucked up by offering my wife drugs in front of her boss. Earlier today I got out of the shower and saw my wife sitting on the bed, headset on, looking at her laptop. I dropped my towel and grabbed my bong, took a big hit, then, still exhaling, I slid into bed next to her and said, "You want some?" Well, she was in an impromptu video meeting with the CEO, the CFO, and the senior marketing manager. Turns out the CEO is taking this week off because his wife has COVID, so they had tomorrow's meeting today, including my wife, the VP of Education and Training. She was like, "He's just joking," and nudged me away, glaring at me with poison in her eyes. The first Sunday meeting they've had in about 6 years. Great timing on my part. They took it with humor, though. It's legal here now, so nobody really cares. At least they didn't see anything below my chest, or it could have gotten weird. But I'm banned from the room whenever she's doing anything work related now. Lol. Too long didn't read. I offered my wife a bong hit while she was in a video call for work, and now I'm persona non grata whenever she's doing anything involving her job. She should have just taken a hit to assert dominance. Give her a few years, she'll probably be CEO. Then she can assert her evil dominance over her lowly minions in the corporate training empire. D. At least it wasn't a syringe or crack pipe. Lol, right? If that were the case, we'd have worse problems than being embarrassed on video chat anyhow. I'll give you that today was Sunday and you didn't have a reasonable expectation that she'd be on a business call. Get a pass today, sir. But this is late stage coronavirus times and these stories keep popping up day in and day out, and I just think to myself, how have these people not learned yet? You hope we're in late stage. Lol, read this wrong and thought you were asking her if she wanted the D while in meeting. Passed her my dong and said, "You want some?" Well, due to an embarrassing situation I had, where I thought the person had already signed off, and I blurted out, "What did that dumb motherfucker want?" and he was still on the line. I now check if the connection is still live before I say anything at all about anything at all. And I don't make comments about people like that anymore. Maybe I just grew up. Easy solved to that one, though. No, sorry, not you. My friend called like 3 times during our meeting. But also, what did you want again?